Hello, everybody. So this is the first roster review from Furious Way. Hopefully, many. Violet was nice enough to give her consent that she'll be the guinea pig, one of your fellow officers. So I'm gonna go through a few different aspects of the game. First, we'll start with arena, and then we'll go on to heroic tank, maybe rancor, and tell her what she should be focusing on to farm. So let's jump into it then. First, we see the arena squad could be improved by having more synergy under Qui-Gon Jinn lead. You don't have any other Jedi other than Anakin here to benefit from that lead. So you have your Biggs and Wedge that have this synergy, but Rey doesn't have anything else. She's just a big damage dealer. So one way I would fix that, if we go and look under the characters that she has, I would say that Yoda would be the first one to put in there. Anakin you have as well. Leave him in there. If we scroll down, you have Barriss here, which could use a little bit more gear. And then maybe even Ahsoka Tano, which she's down here somewhere, I believe. She could use a little bit of gear as well. If we go to Jedi, we'll see the top Jedi that she has. And to benefit from the Qui-Gon Jinn lead, I would be using Qui-Gon Jinn obviously as the leader, then Yoda, Anakin, Barriss, and Ahsoka if you want right now. But two people that have really good synergy together are your Jedi Knight Anakin and Aayla Secura. So I would put Aayla Secura as one of your top priorities to farm, not only for your arena team, but once we get into heroic tank phase 1, she's also very good under that as well. Ezra Bridger also does quite a good amount of damage. Sort of a pain to farm right now, but since Phoenix characters are really useful in territory battles, and you need them to unlock Thrawn as well. I mean, it's going to be a little bit late for the Thrawn event now, but even for a next Thrawn event, I think that would be something to look forward to and to work on. So if, let's say, you get your Ezra up and your Aayla up, then I would use the Qui-Gon Jinn lead, Ezra, Anakin, Barriss, and Aayla Secura for your arena team, and that should get you at least into the top 200 with all that synergy. You mentioned also that you wanted to know about Zetas. So your Barriss would actually be a good next Zeta that would help you both in your arena team, make you a little more tanky, because Barriss Zeta is quite a pain from what I've heard in arena teams. So that would be for arena anyway. I would stick with those. Another thing that you could do would be for the arena squad, if you wanted to keep your Biggs and Wedge, I would switch then to a Wedge lead. So Biggs and Wedge, obviously. You have R2-D2 unlocked, but I believe he's way down here at the bottom. Yeah, so 5-star R2-D2, I would say you need to work on him, get him up a little bit. But he has a lot of uses in the game with territory battles, and a lot of the top arena teams are using him right now for good synergy, and they make the team a lot tankier anyway. Then you could run your Princess Leia as well, and maybe even your Stormtrooper Han if you wanted to go Rebels. Stormtrooper Han is going to need a little bit of work as well. Where is he? Somewhere in here. Yeah, we'll just go to Rebels then. So it is your Stormtrooper Han, but I would use Biggs, Wedge, Stormtrooper Han, Leia, and your R2D2 once you get him up. That's also a decent team. You could easily get into top 200 with that as well, but like I said, you're going to need a little bit of work with those. So yeah, let's move on to Heroic Tank. Jedi team is the best for Heroic Tank. You're going to have to work on other Jedi though also, because the best lead for that is none other than your Amagun Dai. So you're going to have an Amagun Dai lead, and then you're going to have your Qui-Gon Jinn, you're going to have Anakin and Ayla, and then Ezra as well. Right now, I guess you can put in Ahsoka Tano till Ezra gets up, but that would also give you a decent amount of damage, and the retribution and the following attacks that Amagun Dai has is also quite good. You should be able to do at least a couple 100,000 damage with that. Back to Zetas, you mentioned that you're looking at your next Zeta, so Barriss is one, as I said before. Another decent Zeta would be Kylo Ren. Saw him here somewhere. There you go. So Kylo Ren, he can solo part 1 of Heroic Tank, but as for our guild, I don't think we need another Zeta Kylo Ren. We get through part 1 quite easily, so I would maybe stick with your Jedi for part 1. But it is another option. So for part 2, I would look towards your Empire. And so here I would go with a Darth Vader Zeta lead for your 3rd Zeta. Then I would go with a Boba Fett as well under a Darth Vader lead. They work really well together. And then you could go with Darth Sidious, but he unfortunately needs to be Zetaed as well to be tankier, to withstand a lot of the DPS. Then you have Captain Phasma and Grand Moff Tarkin as well. That's a good part 2 lead if you want to focus on that. As far as part 3, for Heroic Tank, you are using your Teebo in Rancor already, so he's pretty geared up. But you also have Chief Chirpa quite high as well at 7 stars, so that would also be something, depending on if you want to use a Turpentine team or your Teebo lead. That'll be up to you. But then I would go with either Teebo or Chirpa for lead, your Stormtrooper Han, and then your Emperor Palpatine, of course. Royal Guard needs to be at least gear 10, I would say. Gear 11, obviously better. And your TIE Fighter pilot, which also could use some work. Down here somewhere. There's TIE Fighter pilot. Yeah, he needs a few stars. He's going to be a pretty good damage dealer with your Palpatine as well. For part 4, I would work then with your Rebels. Obviously, you have your Wedge lead, then Biggs. Then I would go with Leia, Lando, and Akbar. That's a pretty standard team. You have good AoEs from Lando with his crits. Leia does a hella damage. Then you have Wedge and Biggs as well for their team, and Akbar to get your buffs up before the strafing run comes through. So, yeah, I would say that's pretty good for those parts. Let's go over to ships then. And so we see your ships doing pretty well. One thing you want to work on, though, is your Slave 1. Keep getting Slave 1 up. It's a really good ship. good to see that your Umbaran is up. It's a nice tanky ship there, and your both TIE fighters also need to be leveled a bit. So you should keep working on that and get your TIE fighter pilot up as well. I would say leave your Geonosians where they are. They're not so good. I mean, that could change, I guess, with the new introduction of Thrawn's capital ship coming in. So we'll see how that plays out. But overall, it's so your main focuses, I would say, to farm would be for the next R2-D2 event coming up. You should either focus on your TIE fighter pilot, which you need 2 more stars for, or if you wanted to focus on the Snow Trooper as well, because your Snow Trooper, you could also use him for the event, either 100 shards from him or 185 for TIE Fighter Pilot. Although TIE Fighter Pilot is a more well-rounded character, he's a lot better, just it's a longer farm. So it just depends on when R2-D2 is going to come next. I would say within 2 months he'll be back, maybe even less. But yeah, work on that. So I would say TIE Fighter Pilot, that way you can get your R2-D2 to 7 stars. Definitely your number 1, number 2 focus should be Aayla Secura and Ezra Bridger. Not only for your arena team, but also for part 1. You're going to want to start farming the rest of your Phoenix slowly, just for the next Thrawn event, which I think this Thrawn event was about 3.5 months or so when it came, since it's back now. So you have about just over 3 months to farm the rest of your Phoenix up to 7 stars. And then sort of in the background, focus on your Old Ben. You need 1 more star for Old Ben, so you can get Commander Luke when he comes back around. And 2 characters I noticed that you don't have are Baze and Chirrut. They're not unlocked. So both really good characters, both Rebels and Rogue One, so good for the territory battles, and they have great synergy together as well. So Chirrut, I believe, is farmable in the ship shipments. You should be buying every shard that you can from him. And Baze, you can farm the node under one of the light side 9C or something like that. I forget what it is, but and another character I haven't seen here also is Darth Maul. Although he's not so good now because being dark side, but he does have a really good ship. So I would say, yeah, you could slowly farm Maul as well. But yeah, your main things are you're going to want Aayla Secura, Ezra Bridger, your TIE Fighter Pilot, and then Chirrut and Baze. For gearing, you're going to want to gear up your Leia. She needs to go to gear 11. Anakin as well to gear 11. Barriss also get to gear 11. Your Imogen Dai needs some work as well, and R2-D2. So start gearing those 5 characters up. And for Zeta, I'd say your smartest Zeta right now would be Barriss, and maybe your second, if you get around to doing it, would be R2-D2 for more synergy with the Rebels or the Rogue One or there, because R2-D2 brings his number crunch is quite good for any team that you put him in. Yeah, so I hope that helps a little bit, and you get to focusing on these characters, and it should bring up all of your numbers. Yeah, overall, and we'll see in the next couple months how you do. Let me know.